Hey fam, I want you to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. Speaking of justice, did we actually have any of that today when Bill Barr testified before the Senate Judiciary Committee? It was quite interesting today. Of course, he was saying that he was not going to do so because he couldn't dare get questioned by other folks. Now we also have a report I got in just a few moments ago. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that Attorney General William Barr is not expected to testify at a House Judiciary Committee Thursday. I guess today didn't go so well for the Attorney General. Man, he under withering questions from Democrats, Republicans. I'm sorry, Regina, I don't know what the hell they keep doing. They brought up Benghazi and Hillary's emails again. I mean, what the hell next? I think they want to relitigate Whitewater and Ken Starr. But here's some video here, folks, when Senator Kamala Harris asked Barr whether or not the White House asked or suggested he investigate anyone.
Attorney General Barr, has the president or anyone at the White House ever asked or suggested that you open an investigation of anyone?
I wouldn't.
Yes or no?
Could you repeat that question?
I will repeat it.
Yeah.
Has the president or anyone at the White House ever asked or suggested that you open an investigation of anyone? Yes or no, please, sir?
The president or anybody else?
Seems you would remember something like that and be able to tell us.
Yeah, but I'm trying to grapple with the word suggest. I mean, there have been discussions of matters out there that they have not asked me to open an investigation, but
Perhaps they've suggested,
I don't know. I wouldn't say suggest.
hinted,
I don't know.
inferred. You don't know. Okay.
Senator Cory Booker, he got a chance to question Barr as well, so check this out.
Should the American people be grateful that in the face of our attack on our democracy by a foreign adversary, that the President of the United States made several documented attempts to thwart an investigation into the links between his campaigns and Russia? You use that word grateful again, that the American people should be grateful. Is that something we should be grateful for?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Sir, I'm talking about the attempts that this president made, that Mueller pointed to at least 10 attempts to thwart an investigation into the links between his campaign and Russia. Should we be grateful for those 10 well-documented attempts by Mueller?
Are you talking about the obstruction part of the report?
I'm talking about the second volume, but let me continue. Should the American people be grateful that Trump had more than 215 documented contacts between Russian-linked operatives and then lied about them and tried to hide them? Is that something the American people should be grateful for any president, this one or any down the road?
As I mentioned earlier, during a campaign, foreign governments make and foreign citizens frequently make a lot of attempts to contact different campaigns. If we were right now to go and look at, for example, Hillary Clinton's campaign during the same time frame, then you would see a lot of foreign governments, like Chinese, trying to establish.
And that's, I guess, what I'm trying to say to you, sir, is that we right now have a new normal in our country. We have a document that shows over 200 connections between a presidential campaign and a foreign adversary, sharing information that would be illegal if you did it with a super PAC. We know that. But
what information was shared?
Polling data was shared, sir. It's in the report. I can cite you the page.
With who?
And I guess my point is that your willingness to seem to brush over this and use words like the American people should be grateful. What's in this report? Nobody should be grateful. Concerted efforts for deception, for misleading, inappropriate action after inappropriate action that is clear. And then on top of that, at a time that we all recognize that we had a foreign power trying to undermine our election, you, the chief law enforcement officer, not only undermines your own credibility as an independent actor when there's ongoing investigation still, using the president's own words, having it criticized by the Mueller himself. But the challenge we now have is that we are going into an area where you seem to not even be willing to be in the least bit critical in your summarizations.
Eugene, he even lied when they said, did Bob Mueller disagree with your statement? He said, no, he didn't. It was a lie. When he testified before the House before, he told Representative Chris Van Hollen that, no, Bob Mueller did not disagree with him. Now, all of a sudden today, first of all, we now know that Bob Mueller did. He sent a letter, put it down on paper, and the guy's still lying.
Yeah, the thing is this, Bill Barr is now caught in perjury. He danced around Senator Harris's questions. Part of it was probably to avoid giving a straight answer, which would have implicated him and the president. Probably the other part was to drain out her time. And when it came to Cory Booker's questioning, I mean, look, he's very clearly purged himself. There's a reason why he's canceling tomorrow's hearing with the House. I think, very swiftly the House should, move to hold him in contempt. And this time next year, when this State of the Union, he decides to march on through, have a sergeant at arms and Capitol Police, go ahead and arrest him.
Alexis, I got a kick out of literally just the flat out just lying by Barr and then acting as if he shouldn't. How dare you even question me about any of this?
Yeah, I got a kick out of just watching him respond to Senator Kamala Harris in the way that he was just stuttering and trying to dance around the question. It's like, this is a clear example of when someone's caught in a lie and they're trying to say everything around it but just admit the truth. It got so hard for me to watch to where it was just like, at this point, you might as well just say I lied or I messed up or whatever. Because he didn't answer any question directly. And I feel like at this point, just by watching the video, anyone can see like your credibility is shot. You're somebody that the American people are supposed to trust, and your credibility is shot now because you can't even answer a simple question in a straightforward manner. Like Kamala Harris had to sit there and give you synonyms after synonyms for you to answer one question. You couldn't do that. So it's like your credibility is shot, and at this point, him canceling the meeting tomorrow, whatever, it makes sense. At this point, you might as well just say I lied or I messed up, or just try telling the truth this time.
Cleo, what's quite interesting is this here. I'm going to pull up this this statement here, and so this is what was released today. Let me try to blow it up here. So today, the Attorney General testified before the Senate Judiciary Committee for over 5 hours. Blah 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 blah. But this is what I love here. He made himself available to this committee by volunteering to testify this week, meaning the House committee. Unfortunately, even after the Attorney General volunteered to testify, Chairman Nadler placed conditions on the House Judiciary Committee hearing that are unprecedented and unnecessary. Congress and the executive branch are co-equal branches of government, and each have a constitutional obligation to respect and accommodate one another's legitimate interests. Chairman Nadler's insistence on having staff question the Attorney General, a Senate-confirmed cabinet member, is inappropriate. Further, in light of the fact that the majority of the House committee, including Chairman Nadler, are themselves attorneys, and the chairman has the ability and authority to fashion the hearing in a way that allows for efficient and thorough questioning by the members themselves, the chairman's request is also unnecessary. Here's why I'm laughing. Bob Barr had no problem with the White House saying Don McGahn can't testify because we don't want him to, not invoking executive privilege. So they had no respect for the three branches of government. They are filing a lawsuit against Chairman Elijah Cummings because they want Deutsche Bank to turn over financial records of Trump. Trump and his three children are suing Congress. No respect for the equal branch of government. Third, they have routinely said, no, we're not going to allow others to testify. No respect for the branch of government. Bill Barr, gave Trump's personal attorneys access to the Mueller Report before he gave it to Congress. No respect for a co-equal branch of government. What really Bill Barr is saying right here is, I don't want some pesky staffer. How dare they get to ask me questions? I'm the Attorney General. But they actually said in here that the chairman has the ability and the authority I love this here. The chairman has the ability and authority to fashion the hearing in a way, which means the chairman can do what the hell the chairman wants to do. But they're objecting to the chairman doing what he wants to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have to say it again. These people are consistently doing what they want to do to deflect anybody getting in the way of their agenda. What I found interesting when I watched Kamala and Cory address Barr, I saw a worldview debate. For example, Cory referred to Russia as a foreign adversary. I don't believe that Barr or Trump or his comrades see Putin as a foreign adversary. They see him as a comrade, as somebody else who has a capitalist white supremacist agenda to run the Western world or his part of the world in Putin's case. So what's going on here is a resistance to anything that's going to get in the way of them successfully doing what they want to do. You just brought up these facts going on here in terms of who's disrespecting who. But one of the reasons that I believe that Barr was stuttering is because Barr is not interested in the perspective of Kamala or Booker. He's not interested. And he does not want to take it seriously because all of them are on the train to keep white America great again, if you will. They're not concerned about rules and regulations, and they do like to think that they're superior. So how dare someone question Barr? I'm the Attorney General. I'm the general of white supremacy. You don't get to question me.
Right.
Well, indeed, people do get to question him, but the bottom line is that they shut down and start stuttering when there's a challenge because they're not interested.
Eugene, I just get a kick out how we're co-equals except when we don't want to treat you like a co-equal.
Yeah, well, that's the way of this administration and the way of the current GOP. If you go back 7 or so years, these folk are willing to hold Eric Holder in contempt of Congress over documents in regards to Fast and Furious. This is probably 2,000 times more pertinent, important, and devastating what's going on with this administration. And so I think if this is the type of game they want to play, Chairman Nadler needs to tee up and play ball. Hold, Bill Barr in contempt. Hold Don McGahn in contempt. These folk are not invoking executive privilege. They have no legal ground. I mean, executive privilege in itself is nothing more than a gracious overture. I mean, they have no legal ground to prevent someone from testifying from Congress. I mean, this is legal. This is legally obstruction of justice. I mean, they're literally obstructing an investigation. And so I think Chairman Nadler needs to get ready to tee up and hold some folk in contempt of Congress. I mean, and look, to take it a step further, Congress has the power of the purse. If the AG and the White House want to play this type of ball game, go ahead and go after their budget.
But why are they not impeaching Trump?
Because they're scared.
Because that's the bottom line.
Now, let me say it. Democrats are scared. Democrats don't want to play hardball. Mm-hmm. Democrats want to play softball.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you, there's no way, Alexis, there's no way that if a Democratic president, if President Barack Obama had done what Donald Trump did, I can guarantee you the Republicans would not be saying, well, I don't know. We're not quite sure. Would not be happening, Alexis.
That is very true. I mean, I feel like if all this is happening to Barack Obama, there are several reasons why this wouldn't transpire the same way. Aside from him being a Democrat, then him being a black man, this wouldn't happen the same way. Because, again, we're talking about which party the president is involved in. We're talking about race when we're talking about white supremacy. So there's a whole bunch of factors that come into play as to why Trump is getting away with this in the first place. Why someone like it would be a Republican white man who can get away with even the allegation that someone from an outside country came in and affected the election. A black man, a black president, Obama specifically, would not be able to even get away with an allegation like that, let alone Trump getting away with it for this long. Because if we're being honest, by the time we even get a full, truthful answer about what happened and if or not Russia was involved with the election, Trump's term will probably be over. And so it's like we're doing all of this when it's like they're just going to drag this out for as long as they possibly can to the point where his term is going to be over and then it won't even matter anymore.
But the bottom line is that Obama, different from Trump, was a very, very careful and strategic president. He was very involved in what happened to him optically, and he was very, very careful. One of the ways to look at him in terms of some of his self-consciousness around being careful is watching the first Romney debate with Barack. Trump ain't careful. Trump don't care. Trump doesn't say what he wants to do, and he's not concerned about optics or even the truth. So the comparison is bizarre to me because Obama wouldn't even do nothing like this because he didn't want to offend a lot of people, and Trump don't care.
Well, and thugs don't care. Thugs don't care. Eugene, 30 seconds. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, wait. 30 seconds. Go, Eugene.
Really quickly, with all the perjury from Bill Barr now to two major committees in Congress, both Judiciary Committee and House and Senate, I think, if they aren't willing to go and impeach Trump, there's a very strong case to impeach Bill Barr.
Alexis, go.
I think, again, Trump is able to get away with it because, again, white supremacy, being a white Republican man, works in his favor. Well, Obama was, in fact, very much so careful during his presidency, but it's because he had to be for several different reasons.
Well, bottom line is, Don, I disagree with that.
I do too.
When you're the most powerful person in the country, you go ahead.
In the final 4 years,
you go ahead and use the power. Unfiltered, be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. As Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.